Hey guys, it's Djinnblade 304 here, and welcome to my Ninjago Legacy comparison for set 9450 Epic Dragon Battle and 70679 the Ultra Dragon. On the left, set 9450 has 915 pieces retail for $119.99 with 7 minifigs when it was released in 2012. On the right, Ultra Dragon has 951 pieces, retail for $84.99 and came with 6 minifigs. We'll be going over this in the categories of value, minifigs, part usage, playability, overall looks, and the final opinion. Let me know which set you prefer in the comment section down below, and be sure to drop a like on this video if you do go on to enjoy it. With that said, let's get into the first category, which is value. As per usual, we will start with the new one first, the Legacy set. Again, 951 pieces, 6 minifigs, none of which are exclusive to the set. I believe you can get all of these minifigs in cheaper sets. Garmadon comes in a spinner, Lloyd comes in a spinner. Sensei Wu also comes in a spinner, I believe. You can get Lasha and Spitta in Kai's Blade Cycle and Zane's Snowmobile. You can get Pythor in Jay's Stormfighter. So no exclusive minifigs to this set, which is unfortunate, but the minifigs are nice. Again, it does retail for $85. You can find it on sale for typically $72, but we're not going sale price, we're going retail price here. 951 pieces. None of these pieces are particularly large, except for maybe like the tail piece, these little things here, and then the wings are anything that could possibly bump the price up. I think overall it's a good value for what you're getting, because there's no like large dragon heads like on the other one, which we will talk about. But I think it looks good overall, and for $85, you can't really go wrong with this set. Then 9450 has 915 pieces, so again fewer than the new one. Retail for $119.99, which is more expensive, and it had 7 minifigs. These two were exclusive to the set. Lloyd, Jay, Wu, you could get in other sets, I believe. Garmadon you could also get in other sets, as well as Chokan came in a $20 spinner set. The Ultra Dragon is more expensive. It also came with this Great Devourer build and this little snake shrine thing in the back. I think that's supposed to represent like the city of Ouroboros or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not entirely sure. You have the Great Devourer has this large rock piece there. You got some bigger pieces with the dragon heads and all the tails and stuff like that, which does bump the price up. Plus these feet down at the bottom. But for value, I think the new one has a better value, simply because it's a better price per piece, and it's also, again, it's really tough to say. I can't really give just 1 point or 1.5 points each, but I think I'm going to have to give the new one the 2 points and the old one just 1 point. So now for the minifigs, we'll start with the old one here. Again, you have 7 minifigs there. You got Lloyd ZX, Jay ZX, Sensei Wu, Lord Garmadon, Chokan, Scalador, and Acidicus. Again, these two are exclusive. I believe the other 4 you can find in other cheaper sets. I'm not entirely sure about Sensei Wu. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But that being said, these are all really nice minifigs. The 2 Serpentine Generals are very nice and very expensive as well to get secondhand. Lloyd is also a very good minifig, as well as Jay and Lord Garmadon and Sensei Wu. Chokan's nothing special. He came in a $20 spinner set at the time, but that was also like one of the most popular spinner sets because it goes for like the most secondhand, I think, along with a Energy J. But that's besides the point. These minifigs, again, really nice. There's also one more of them than there is in the other set. But again, these minifigs over here, Lord Garmadon, all of these come in other sets which are cheaper. Sensei Wu comes in a $20 spinner and the Monastery. Lloyd comes in the Monastery and the spinner as well. Lasha and Spitter come in a bunch of other sets, and Pythor comes in the Stormfighter. So, not really great for the minifigs. There's no exclusivity to any of these. Like, no exclusive prints, no exclusive faces, or anything like that. There's nothing exclusive except this little weapon, which you can build with 3 simple parts. But I think I'm going to have to give the minifigs category to the old Ultra Dragon, because it just has more minifigs. They're better and more exclusivity, and just I think they look better overall, in my opinion. Then we take a look at the new dragon here for part usage as I move these minifigs out of the way for right now. Lots of great parts here. We'll start with this little side build. I really like these little snake things and this nice use of a sticker up there. I think this looks really nice in general. Just has some nice curves to it. Overall, looks pretty good. As for the dragon itself, it's pretty. There's a lot of pretty simple stuff to it. I like these rock pieces that they use for the dragon. Gives it some texture, as well as these pieces back here and this little tan color scheme, as well as the gold up around the seat with the little green seat actually on it. I like the plastic wings. I wish they were brick built, but unfortunately they're not, but that doesn't really bother me that much. And if you spin it around a little bit more, you can see we have some more of these rock pieces, which are very nice to get in white. They look really clean and really cool. Love these little green, I'm not exactly sure what these are called, but these things, I really like those. Plus you can also spin this around, which we'll get to that when we get to playability. But I think it looks really nice. Just, it's clean, it's simple, there's nothing too special about it. There's just a lot of nice part usages as well. Plus these lightning things and these ice things. It just looks, overall, I think it just looks really good. Now as I move these minifigs out of the way, there are 3 separate builds here to talk about, but we're going to start with the main dragon. It has these large rubber heads in the ball shooters, which this one does not. This one has stud shooters. We'll get to that playability. But yeah, there's just not too much here as well. The cockpit is pretty nice. There's no actual seat. Lloyd has to stand in there. So if we grab Lloyd, he just has to stand in there. But we'll get to that for playability. And the wings can fold up and down like that. There's like a technic thing back here that does that. We'll get to that with playability, as I keep saying. But the feet look pretty nice as well. They have these things that cover up the studs on here, which again is nice. I really like the way the wings look, just with the white feather pieces, I guess is what they're called. Is what I'm gonna call them. And it looks nice. The Great Devourer here is definitely a better build too. The Great Devourer has not a lot of nice curves to it, especially up in the head. I like this. You can use this part to open and close the jaw of the Great Devourer. I like the rock piece that can actually hold a minifig inside of it. But again, we'll get to that with playability here. Really like it overall. I wish they would have covered this little area up a little bit better, but maybe I just built it wrong. I'm not entirely sure. It's probably just the way LEGO designed it. I don't exactly remember. As for this, I think this looks really nice as well with the little masonry bricks and this little design technique going on there. There are supposed to be some snakes up here, but I'm missing those right now. And on the back it has this nice little rock detailing stuff, which you guys can't really see. Like right there, it looks really nice in my opinion. So I think for design, I'm going to have to give it to, or for part usage, I'm going to have to give this one to the old one, because it just uses more smaller parts and more detail to it. But this one is by no means bad. It's not a bad set, not at all. But this one just has a lot of small parts and more details to it. Then we start with the old one for playability. The Ultra Dragon can flap its wings by moving this lever up and down, as I mentioned. You can also swing the tail back and forth in the back. You can't really. There's not like a lever or anything back there. It's just you swing it back and forth. And the Great Devourer can eat an entire minifig. You can stick J in his mouth here. He does have the weapon, which we'll take off for now. And the mouth basically closes the entire way. You can see a little bit inside, but not too much. If you're looking at it from the right angle like this, you wouldn't be able to know. Again, that's pretty cool. And you can. There's also this little prison thing back here, which you can stick Sensei Wu in, because that's how the set depicts it. Stick Sensei Wu in there. Lock him up or something, and you can put Lloyd in the prison up here, or whatever minifig you choose. I just dropped a piece. There's also a little trash can back here which you can dump on there like that, and I just spilled them all over my floor, so I'll have to clean that up. And again, you can take Lloyd out of here and stick him in the cockpit just like this, and then close that, and then he won't fall out. There's also these ball launchers, which again, you press the head down and then they come out. I didn't want to shoot that across my floor because I'm trying to keep my floor pretty clean. And that's all there really is for playability to this one. Not a whole lot, but it's a good amount to where it's respectable. There's a respectable amount of playability here. You get the Great Devourer with it, which is a one-time only build. Like, we've never seen this again in another set. Hopefully we will see it again with the new Legacy line that they're doing. Really hope so. 2020 LEGO, there's an idea for you. Then we move on to the new Ultra Dragon here. Not much for playability. You can move the wings up and down as well with this little handle back here, which is really nice. I'm glad they kept that feature with the old one. I did mention this earlier. I just shot one of the spring-loaded shooters at myself, but we'll get to those in a bit. And again, there are stud shooters. You can open the jaw, move the neck up and down, as well, just like that. You can swing the tail back and forth. There is a little lever back here to swing it. It doesn't really swing very far back and forth on the first hinge, but that's okay. It makes up for it in the back two sections, which again is a really nice feature. Glad they kept that similar to the original, where you can have the tail move. Always like that on a dragon set. It makes it a good play experience in my opinion. And you can take Lloyd here, and you can stick him in the driver's seat, sitting or standing, doesn't really matter. And you could also stick Sensei Wu up here if you wanted to, so he could fly along with Lloyd, per se. I don't know, that's just how I display this set, but you guys can do what you want with it. And there's also this spring-loaded shooter thing, which you can shoot it at the dragon and then pretend like some fight scene is going on. Overall, there's just not a whole lot here for playability. Again, you can make the dragon. You can move the dragon's toes too. You can move the feet. Again, flap the wings. Basic playability features, not a whole lot other than that. So I think for the 2 points, we're gonna have to give it to the old one. So now we're back to the wide angle shot here with both sets in the frame. To move on to our next category, which is overall looks. I think the newer one looks better, just because there's less holes in the wings. The wings are a complete sheet of plastic instead of having the holes like the new one does. But again, the old one is not bad, not at all. But it is really nice. But the new one I think is better, just because again more details to it. As you can see over here, the more details like on this area with the heads and in the cockpit seat area. But again, really nice. But this is not bad, not even close to being bad. It's really good. There's just, I don't know, brick belt heads. Again, this is like a more recent thing. They haven't done a molded head for a dragon since like 2013. I kind of hope they bring them back at some point, but I don't know. Again, they're cool, but they also bumped up the price by like $20, so there's that too. Now, as for the final opinion here, before we get into the total tallies, I think the old one is much better than the newer one, just for nostalgia reasons, and plus it comes with a Great Devourer and that little prison snake tower thing, which is really nice, a really nice addition to it. If they released a Great Devourer in this set, I'd probably pick the new one, but simply for the fact of the Great Devourer, the playability that it has, I think this one's better. Plus the minifigs are much better in this set. Ninjago 2012 minifigs are highly underrated, especially these Snake Generals. Those were really, really good minifigs, and really sought after on the current market too, because they're really expensive. But let's move on to the final score and see what we got. So with a final score of 9-9, the winner is nobody. It's a tie. I mean, each set shines in particular areas. Like the new one shines in categories of value, part usage, and the overall look. But the old one shines in like the final opinion, the nostalgia for me, the playability, and the minifigs. But if you can get either of these sets on a good deal, I recommend both of them. If you can get both of them, get both of them. If you like this one more, get this one. If you like this one more, get this one. You can't lose with this, because the Ultra Dragon is a classic dragon from Ninjago, one of the original dragons that they had. And it's so good. Like, you cannot go wrong either way. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm just one person. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching my legacy comparison, and be sure to subscribe if you're not already. Tune in for more videos in the near future. With that, I'm Djinnblade 04, signing off. Bye.